Good morning. Maranatha, chapter 191, July 10th. Martyrs in the last days. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yes, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God service. John 16, verse 2. Every individual in our world will be arrayed under one of two banners. There's no gray area. Some people say, you're so black and white. Yeah, it's black and white. It's right and wrong. It's good and evil. And if you find yourself being muzzled in the middle, then that's evil. The two armies will stand distinct and separate, and this distinction will be so marked that many who shall be convinced of truth will come on the side of God's commandment-keeping people. That's why we should never scorn anyone, because you don't know who is God's sheep. Have you seen the video of the shepherd and the sheep in this day and age? There were other people calling the sheep, and the sheep totally ignored them. But when the farmer came out, when the shepherd came out, they stopped what they were doing. They stopped eating grass and they walked over to the shepherd, because his sheep know his voice. And so shall it be. God's people will come out of Babylon, will come out of all of these many false churches with false doctrines that don't even line up with the word of God. But they are still God's people, and they will come out and follow God's law. When this grand work is to take place in the battle prior to the last closing conflict, many will be imprisoned, many will flee for their lives from cities and towns, and many will be martyrs for Christ's sake and standing in defense of the truth. Martyrdom is going on even now in many countries. People dying for what they believe in. By the decree enforcing the institution of the papacy in violation of the law of God, our nation, the United States, will disconnect herself fully from righteousness. As the approach of the Roman armies was a sign to the disciples of the impending destruction of Jerusalem, so may this apostasy be a sign to us that the limit of God's forbearance is reached, that the measure of our nation's iniquity is full, and that the angel of mercy is about to take her flight, never to return. The people of God will then be plunged into those scenes of affliction and distress which prophets have described as the time of Jacob's trouble. A lot of churches teach that God will God will let the righteous escape and they will be taken up to heaven. The Bible doesn't teach that. The cries of the faithful, persecuted ones, they go up to heaven, the cries. And as the blood of Abel cried from the ground, there are voices also crying to God from martyrs' graves, from the sepulchres of the sea, from mountain caverns, from convents' vaults. How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? When the fifth seal was opened, John the Revelator in Revelation and vision saw beneath the altar the company that were slain for the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. After this came the scenes described in the 18th of Revelation, when those who are faithful and true are called out from Babylon. Christ will restore the life taken, for he is the life giver. He will beautify the righteous with immortal life. Do not be afraid of those who can kill the body, but of who can kill the soul. Have a great day today. Maranatha.